Yeah, hi guys, good evening. So yesterday we have completed intents. Right after the intents, just we discussed about some other small things. So today we will concentrate one of the major and important if if you are trying for a job. Without this, it is not possible to get a job. So that is the reason this, whatever now we are going to do this, that will be very important. So that we will see that is nothing but here, that is the web services. Means without web services, we cannot create a dynamic application. So dynamic is nothing but which communicating to the server. Means data will be stored in a database somewhere. So we have to communicate from here to that server. Then we have to get the data or we have to store the data. So those are the things will be on this. So that we have to see here now. So for that, now we will see here what is web service, how that will be work. So that in detail we will see here. So first of all, web service. Web service is nothing but just I told it's a communication to client to the server. So simple, in a general terminology, I'll explain this so that you people will get a good clarity on the web services part. See, simple example. Right now, I'm in Hyderabad. So my current place is Hyderabad. So in Hyderabad here, I have one cloth store. One cloth store. So what I'm doing now, as of now, I'm buying locally in Hyderabad itself, like with 10% of profit. I'm selling the cloths here itself. So what happened here now? I'm getting 10% of profit. Right. But now, like some of you told, like why you are buying in Hyderabad? So why can't you buy from where else? Let us say you suggested buy from Delhi so that you will get 50% of profit. So obviously, because that is my profession, so I want to hear. So definitely, everyone will have more interest to buy this from there. Right. So, but it's okay. I have interest to buy from Delhi now. Now I'm planning to buy from Delhi. But how can I buy from here? Just for few minutes, even like forget about online. Even online is there. But to buy one or two, it's online is good. But I want a bulk order that which again I resell here, so that that online is not that much of flexible. Even though forget about that, if online is there or not, so like forget about that. Now I want to buy. So what I did, I traveled from Hyderabad to Delhi. Maybe I traveled by bike, by flight, by train, by walk, by bus, by car, something like any one of the source I have traveled from here to there. So now what happened here? When I traveled there, as a Hyderabadi person, here I know only Telugu language. As a Delhi person, you know only Hindi language. Now, actual problem is occurred here. Means I want stock, he wants sales. But whatever I'm communicating in Telugu is not understanding. So now what we required? Here we required one person called translator. So that person called translator. So let us say now, so I travel, like I'm here. So Teja is the shop owner. So Shweta is the translator. Now what I'm doing, I'm explaining what I need. I'm explaining in Telugu. So Shweta is converting that into Hindi and she is explaining to Teja. So now my communication is happening through translator. So what he did, the shop owner, what I am explaining. So I explained all the things. Then I ordered like bunch of, because bunch, right? That he said like pack all the things from the go down. He explained to shopkeeper. So in Hindi, right? Shopkeeper. He explained to Hindi. So then immediately the shop owner told to translate. So and so amount. Then the translator is explained to me. So this much amount is happened. So I paid the amount that they hand over the stock. So my transaction has completed. I'll back to my home. So this is the mechanism. A similar mechanism will happen in a web services. Why? Because see, for example, now one simple application we will take. Everyone will use that application nowadays. Like I'm using Phone Pay, Google Pay, Flipkart. So these kind of all the applications I'm using here now. Right. So Flipkart, I'm buying one laptop in a Flipkart or one shoe in laptop. I ordered there. So here now, like some of you has a shop, like a play, like shop owner, like you are a seller in a Flipkart. So you have two pairs of shoes. I ordered one. Like me, someone has ordered. Someone has ordered. Like you get the three orders. What happens? You don't have the stock. Similar stock does not have. So that is the reason what happens here. It should require the communication means, like here three members means one person ordered from the mobile, like Android app, one person ordered from the iOS app, and the third person ordered from the web application. So means there are three different channels. Each person like ordered all the different persons, but that all the orders has to go in a single place, right? Because see, just now I told like here the Teja has the shop. So whatever I ordered, whatever second person ordered, whatever third person ordered, all will goes to in Teja's bucket only, right? So then she will decide which one we have to order. So now what happens here? I ordered at 7:40 p.m. Same time, like 7:41, Sweta ordered. So some third person is trying 7:42. So these orders are goes to the same place, right? Teja's bucket. So immediately when our like stock became zero, she says that out of stock, notify me something their option immediately. So third person cannot order that, right? In case if it is not a common way, like it is not a communicating, I order, you order, someone ordered, but we cannot deliver to the third person. Or maybe first person may skip, second person may skip, third person may skip. So that thing will happen here. So because of those reasons, it should be two-way communication. Should be two-way communication that will define that API. Like here, see, from our Android, from our Android, like we are in Android application, right? So from we'll take Android application. So now what web service will do, I explained you. This translator is nothing but your web service. Means here now we are writing in a Kotlin. Okay. So whatever we are writing in a Kotlin, that we will convert into web service format. We'll send to, like, maybe the backend side, they use the Python, or may they use Java, or may use .NET, like whatever they use, so that they use. But here now we'll convert into web service. So then the like Python people, like backend people, will convert that again. Like they will read the web service format, they'll convert that into Python, and they'll inform, like they'll check that data with the database. Here database is nothing but the Godon, Python is nothing but the here in the web service is nothing but translator, Kotlin is nothing but Telugu. So in this way, every communication will happens. So now, just simple example, I'm creating one Gmail ID. In a Gmail, general Gmail, I'm creating one Gmail ID. So once I click Gmail ID, I entered some data. XYZ, my name, my all the details I entered one by one. So I clicked on submit button. When I clicked on submit button, it goes to the database. First, it will check, like I mentioned, android@gmail.com. So it will check there, android@gmail.com is available or not. If that is available there, then it says back, this email ID already exists. Right? In case if it is not there, immediately it will save the data into the database. Then it will give the response as success, your mail ID has created. Right? So then after that, I'm trying to log in with that particular email ID. Then what happens? I entered android@gmail.com, something my password, then submit. Again, it goes to back, means it will goes from Kotlin to web service. It convert Kotlin web service, then it convert here Python. It search in a database. Then Python will convert that web service format. Again, will receive in a web service format. Will convert that into Kotlin. Then we are giving the output to the user understandable language, like in a formal message, you logged in successfully, or your credentials are wrong, or your mail ID does not exist. Like such kind of information we will provide to the users. Right. So this is happens here with the website. I mean, simple web service is nothing but it is the middleware between the client and server. Client is nothing but here either Android application or iOS application or the web application. So any of these three sending request in any language, like maybe like I'm using Kotlin, someone using Java, someone using Angular, someone using PHP, someone using other React, like whatever it is. So you have to migrate that your code into web service format, then you have to send to the backend team. So the backend team, whatever they use, let it be, they'll convert from web service format to their understandable language, and they'll search in a database, then they'll send back as web service format only, then we'll receive response in web service format, then that we will convert into our understandable language. So this will happen. This is the simple life cycle of the web service. Right? In a web service, so there are different types of web services are available. Like one is the RESTful. First one is RESTful service. SOAP, DOM, tags. So HTML parsing. So these all are the XML also. XML parsing also one type of this. But currently we are not using all these. There are many is there. Current days we are following this RESTful services only. Like everyone will are following this RESTful services. So again, in the RESTful services, so there are lot of types, like different types are available. Even in a RESTful, not only RESTful, either it will be SOAP, DOM, or HTML, whatever it is. In that again, so that we can say has the subtypes. Like those all are post, get, put, delete, push. Like here also many is there. These are the major. So these we will normally will use. Mostly we will use post, get, put. This we will use majority of the cases. Right. So this again in this RESTful or this, we are sending the data, means either you have to send the data or you have to retrieve the data only in a two formats. So that is, one is the object, other is the array. Either you have to send the data in the form of object or in the form of array, or the combination of object and array. Except these combinations, we cannot send or we cannot retrieve the data, none of these two formats. Right. So in this, like object or array means, here we use simple one concept called JSON. So that is the JavaScript object notation. So this is the format we are using here. This, so that is JavaScript object notation. And this means here we have to send the data in only two formats. One is the JSON object or it is the JSON array. So only the two formats here we are sending the data. Either it should be the JSON object or it should be the JSON array. But why JSON? Why not other? So why JSON? Like JSON, there are many parsing technologies are available. But why we are using this particular JSON? Because first reason for this, it is the very lightweight. JSON is the very lightweight and it's a very user friendly. So yet already I told that either you can send the data in only two formats, object or array. So user can define his own tags. So I can define my own tags to send the data. So this is the, because of these reasons, we are preferring this. Not only we, everyone has using universal, we are using, like even though if I go to the payment gateways or if I go to the Google Maps, whatever, like international wide, the whatever they are using, even who are the using like ERP applications like SAP, SAS, and this AI, AML, whatever they are using, everywhere they are using nowadays this JSON format only. So that is the reason, every, like because of these four features, everyone are using that only here. This, right. So that will be okay. But how can I identify JSON object and JSON array? Means how to declare the JSON object and JSON array. So the declaration of JSON object, is, so wherever the content is there in a flower bracket, that indicates the object. So here now, like here, this first one is the key. So always key should be in a string format. So here colon, value. Value could be anything, like maybe it will be a string or it will be the integer, like this. Right, now I'll write some simple example of this. So first one, so name, so something. So when I have second one, Here second key would be mobile. Then this will be like I'll write something, comma. So like this, so how many you have? That means you can write with separation of the comma, name, mobile, email, address, password, something. It will be extended up to whatever you have the parameters like this. Right. So this indicates array. In case if, sorry, object. In case if it is an array, flower bracket. So this will come under this. Within a this, it will come like this. So this is the first one. Right here, this array is completed. So separation of this second. So like this, the array data means multiple. Here my name has kept. Here now let us say Teja name, Teja mobile number. So then followed by here comma. So then here it will come Shweta. So then here Shweta mobile number. Like this, it will come the data. This will be the array. But okay, these all are okay. Like all the things is good. But as a mobile developer, what is our role here? On a web services concept, what is our role? So as a mobile application developer, or simple, I can say front-end developer, either Android developer, iOS developer, or web front-end developer, web app front-end developer like Angular, HTML, who are that, like so React also. So we all are just we are consuming the APIs. We won't write anything. We won't write anything. Means we won't create the APIs. Just we will consume the APIs. Hope still it is clear as of now what I explained, right? See, here what happens in every company. Every company, like when I got one application, when we have some application requirement. So there are different kinds of people will be there here in this to handle the project. In a first phase, like let us say, I receive one, like I have a company. I receive one requirement from some of the client, like XYZ person. Let us say from one of you people only. You said that, like I received one requirement from Shweta as well as I received one requirement from the Teja. But in this, I'll treat you people like both are different. So let us consider now Teja has a technical person. So she has some technical knowledge. So what Teja will do, she will prepare one document and she give to me like this I want in the application. But second person, Shweta, let us say she's only completely business person. She does not have any technical. Simple, she says, like, I need one application which looks like a phone pay. Same, Teja's requirement also same, but she prepared document and Shweta does not prepare the document. She said simply, I need this. So please provide the timeline, costing, everything like that. Then when this kind of requirement will come in a normally in a company, what happens? The person like who are the business developer, business analyst or the project manager will gather all the requirement and they'll understand the scope, like what is the scope, how it goes, that they will understand the document. Then they'll share, like they'll discuss with internal. So these are the resources required. This like they'll explain, like then they will go with the client and they take the approval. Then they'll start that. So like while starting the project here, now the development team will involve means before the development team also, the UI UX designer, like how the pages will be displayed on application, right? Login page like this, a registration page like this with these fields, everything will be prepared by the UI UX designer. Once those people part has completed, then developers will enter into the picture. So here two types of team members will be there. One is the front end developer, other is the back end developer. Front end developer means, as I already told, like that is a person who create the end user applications, like mobile application developer, either Android application developer or iOS application developer. Next, web front end application developer. So back end people, so who are the back end developer? They will create a database and they will create the APIs. So that here picture, this API is nothing but a web service. So they'll create this API. API means application program interface. So application program interface. So they will provide the, means they will create the API and they'll give those APIs to front end developers. So front end developer, based on that, we have to do here the things which we can develop here. We have to do this. But once that APIs will ready, how they will share with us? So there are, even for this to share the API, so there are three different types of interfaces are available. Normally, some people will share in a document. Some people will be on Swagger. Some people will be on Postman. So these, any one of these majorly, like top big companies, maybe they have some their internal tools, but majority of the outside people, they will follow any one of these three. Like Swagger. Swagger is nothing but it is one of the tool, like Swagger. It will be tightly coupled to the application. So Swagger, it's tightly coupled to the one of the application, tightly coupled. So that cannot accessible by the other project. So it will be tightly coupled to the one application, only one application. So it will be tightly coupled this. So here we can able to see, like we can able to check the APIs, how it will work, the APIs that we can able to check here, the APIs here. This, maybe here we have, not this one, like you can able to see that. That is the first one. Next one should be the Postman. So normally when we are using this Postman, so the Postman, like we can either you can use the free version or you can use the paid version. So company level, if you can use the paid version, so that you have to install, like you can log in with one of the mail ID. So whatever the APIs will be created here, see, either this you can download and install, like I am not download, I am using the online version. If you want, you can download that, then you can install in your PC. So there you will get that. So in this now, I have my workspace here. Within this, I have my workspace. So within this workspace here, now we can able to see what happened here. That UI is little bit updated here. Yeah, workspace. So here, this is my workspace. So within my workspace here, now I have some APIs. So like class purpose, I created these are the few APIs here. Yeah, these are the few APIs I have created. Now even you want here, now from here you can create new collection. So here, from here, you can create the new collection, you can add this. So now, like I have created some APIs right here. Registration. So I want user registration. I want user registration. So normally, like if they give, so if you log in with the same mail ID, see here I have logged in with one of the mail ID. If you log in with the same mail ID on your system, so automatically you can access this APIs within this. Or they'll export this from here. See, there is an option called request share link more. export. So once you export here, from there again they can import here. Import, so automatically those APIs will be highlighted here. This. Now this is here. This is the end user. Here now, within my website, I have created a few APIs for the class purpose. So that I created in a PHP. So now here, so this is the end URL. So we have to send the data to this URL now from our application. So that is the type here post. So I told the get, post, put, delete like this, right? There are different options, but majorly we use. So again in this now, this is the body. Like here we can send the data in different formats like form data, raw data, binary data, and encoded format. So here always when you took here now, you must here put JSON format. So this is the JSON format. See, this declares here object. So here this object has three: one username, password, email ID. So total we have the three. So here you have to paste URL here. Now this here you have to paste. Then from here now click send. But while sending here, internet should be present on your system. See here, email already exists because with this mail ID it is already registered here. Now I'll add something here. So just I changed the email because just I created this email is the unique. There is no validation like it is a proper mail ID or not. I'm not checking. So it is saying that you are registered successfully. Success means your registration has done. Previously, we got the failure. Now we got this right. Now, in case if the document, so if document needed, so how they will give like here document format. I'll show you API. So first API it is the register. So register. So register registration something heading here. This is the request. So then response. So this is the success response. Like now, if I hit again, we'll get failure message because so this is the fail message means we are getting the two types of responses. But here for this, we need a URL, right? Here URL. Normally, like we called as a URL here. First here in an API document here, we will define the base URL. So base URL equals something. So in this means the sum of some part of the URL will be common for everywhere. So that I'll first here. So till test, it is common for every request. So then here we'll write URL equal to base URL plus this. So like this, they'll provide the document. Here, again, they'll define that type post. So this is the post request. So like this, whatever the APIs are available, all the APIs, they'll prepare in a single document and they'll share the document to the developers. So they'll start from there. So like this, we have to do. So now here, what we have to do here, we'll create one project. So we'll do the registration by using this API. After this, here we have a login API. So we'll log in with the same credentials, whatever we created the user with that same credentials, we will log in into the application. Thereafter, here we'll get some data. So like post array data. So this array data we will get here. Then we will see that array data also we will create and we will see that how that array data he is handling here. So that also we will check and we will see that array data as well. So that array data also we will check and we'll get the data here. So these are the things we will do in this. But in this now, means here now I want to create an UI. So if I want to create an UI here, so for this we have total three fields like username, password, this right we have username, password, email ID. So with this you have to design your user interface. But here I don't want to do the basic user interface. Here I want to use material design. So means first tomorrow we will create a project. Within a project now I'll use material components. I'll create this UI with material edit text, material button, and card view something. So those all will create attractive user interface. Then we'll go and we'll discuss this. Means here already I told yesterday that first we are concentrating, like means this we have to do with the two ways. One is the by using the retrofit library, other we are using the volley library. So first this program will have, we will go with retrofit library. Then later we will see the volley as well, because 70% of people are using the retrofit. Not 7, more than 70% of people are using this retrofit only. So that's the reason we can go with this retrofit only first. Then we'll see volley. After that, like coroutines and something that we'll discuss later phase. Right. So hope this theoretical wise it is clear, right? Because the theoretical is main and important. That's why I took more time here. So tomorrow we'll see that programmatical this. Okay, so we will meet tomorrow then.
Okay, sir.